100% every frame week. That would happen.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back once again to Chalice, Twilight Roads, and the Initiative Order. I am the ever-suffering Ben, here to put these poor people through another week of happy fun times where nothing can possibly go wrong and everything is pre-planned and not at all dashed against the rocks the second they start talking.
So we're going to need an elephant, is what I'm hearing for this next plan.
And a kangaroo.
And a catapult.
And
I'll
3
work
wombats
on the
and a coat.
catapult. I can do that. I'll get the catapult sorted. You guys just
Don't
work
forget
on
the
animals
mango.
after it. Got it.
Yep.
There's a
Oh,
lot
yeah,
of
mango.
jokes I can make there, and I'm choosing not to.
Are you choosing, Ben?
Yeah. Right. Before I give up all will this early into the evening, let's go around and introduce everyone before we hop onto our introduction. So please, first and foremost, you're closest on the screen. Go, Holly.
Oh, first time ever. Wow, okay. That's surprising. Hi, I'm Holly. I play Edlynnne Castron, the angry person who wants to slap everybody she sees because she's just really angry because no one's giving her pies. That's all I have.
We're still on the pie thing.
I was
We're
giving
still
you
on the
buns
pie
all
thing.
of
I
last
haven't had a
week.
pie yet.
Okay.
Apparently it's a northern thing.
Yeah, it's an
Okay.
over thing. We really like
No
pies.
one on this call, including those behind the scenes, will get that apart from Holly. Jago.
Hello. I'm Jago, the fabulous fool, the dice goblin of daring. I don't have another word. Oh, that was going really well. Never mind. Hi, I'm
Was
going
it?
to be playing Jack.
It was.
No, it wasn't.
It'll never be that good again. Anyway, yeah, I'm Jago. I'll be playing Jack Cooper tonight. Let's have some fun, folks. Talking about you guys, please try.
Fun.
No.
Do my
I'm
best.
gonna
I said
actually
I don't
try.
come here for fun.
I said,
I
You
wasn't
said fine. I'm
expecting
going to
that.
actively try not to.
No.
Prepped myself for ritual trauma. Like, I'm not prepared for fun.
you
Good.
guys don't find the ritual trauma fun?
I don't know. Max, do you find the ritual trauma fun?
I do when I'm playing Jules Hope, a really rambunctious lady that helps out the group.
Look at you.
Was an excellent carry through. Well done, Max.
Yippee!
Let's see if you can be one-upped by Lynn.
Oh, probably not. I play as Cecily, the alchemist, who is at the moment very determined to feed everyone buns. That's about it.
Euphemism.
No. We were in a
And we
bakery,
are at
and
a
I basically stole everything, and that's
Got
now the
it.
vast majority of the contents of my bag is pastries and buns.
Okay, I was going to say, because Subil is in a brothel right now, so wires could get crossed
I'm not trying to
very
give
Oh,
people
yeah.
those kind of buns.
Different type of sticky buns.
Yeah, very different type of sticky buns.
cheeky.
Talking about sticky buns, Billy.
Ben, I'm
What a
flattered.
segue.
You're making me blush. I will be honest, I completely forgot that Subil was in a brothel, which I'd say is in character for Subil because at the moment he's terrified. So we'll find out if that works. I'll be playing him. It's going to be fun. Well, it's not going to be fun. It's going to be traumatizing, but it's going to be fun for you. So, yeah.
God, I hope that's the case. Otherwise, I don't know why we're still doing this.
Why are we here?
That's a much
very
larger question
deep
than we have time to
question.
deal with.
Yeah, let's not get into that.
Yeah, man. I mean,
we'll
why
get
are
to
we
that
here?
later. That's for the after show.
Yeah.
It's the after show of mind-numbing depression. And I'm Ben on the realms of mind-numbing depression. When I'm not here, I spend my time organizing occult oddities, and today I'm going to orate these idiots. I know it's not an O, but it just seems more appropriate.
You had
Accurate.
Otter. We gave you
No.
Otter.
I'm both
Okay.
impressed and
Yeah,
insulted.
Otter.
Yeah, we could have
That'd be
been
great.
orifices.
We could have been something.
I would call you orifices, but that seems, again, in keeping with where Subil is, but hey. And
Officious.
Oddities? No, you said oddities.
I used oddities.
Yeah.
Anyway, moving swiftly on, we're going to head on
Obstinate.
to... Yes, you are.
He gets it. He knows what's going on.
We're going to head over to our intro now and pretend the last 30 seconds never happened, as I do every week after this session.
Right, I think we're back.
Hello,
okay.
everyone.
Oh, we're back. Okay, who's going?
Where am I?
I really do feel jealous of everyone who does watch this, not because they get to see it, but because they don't have to see what happens while the intro is going on. And then just, small mercies in life.
We are.
About nothing happens
Short,
in the intros.
intermittent moments of joy.
He's wasting our time.
Yeah,
We need
Ben,
to
stop
Yeah,
wasting
Ben,
our
you're
time.
wasting our time.
Stop! Shut up, Ben!
Anyhow, there needs to be a
Ben.
recap. So last week, Eddie and Cecily were walking around trying to find Subil, couldn't find him. Jack, Eli, and Max managed to find Subil. Eli and Max then went to tell the rest of us that we found Subil. We all went to find Subil. Meanwhile, Sybil's wandering the streets. He ends up at Lang's House of Affordable Love. He is 7 hours early, so he goes to find a coffee. He buys something which looks like a coffee, but isn't really a coffee, but it's definitely not Prick's coffee. Jack comes along, finds him,
1 minute.
and Jack notices some scaffolding. They climb up the scaffolding, they stake out. The group arrives. They go in an alley. Jack goes in an alley to meet them, says you shouldn't be here, and they're like, well, we're going to hang around anyway. Jack goes back to Subil, says that, the group's actually going to piss off now. Subil goes, okay, goes into the brothel, meets up with Juliana. They have a bit of an argument. She's quite drunk.
30 seconds.
She gives the address of where Sam is staying. Subil tries to persuade us to join our cause, and that is where we end the session.
Well done.
And everyone else is in the alleyway next door.
We're in an alleyway, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Is it next door to the brothel?
Yeah, well,
Cross?
well,
Or I thought it was
across
across
the road.
the
Off the street.
yeah.
Across the road.
Across the radius.
Cool.
Not far.
Yes.
Right. Do I get
Wow.
1 point?
Can
Yeah,
I? That
wow.
was very impressive. That was
That was
like the
very
most
good, yeah.
impressive
Impressive.
recap.
I mean, you did it in technically less than a minute, so I'll even give you a point of XP.
Ooh, 3 whole XP at the minute for me.
Yeah.
Huzzah.
Yo, fucking
Ben, did you start
stretch
the timer
goals, guys.
halfway through the intro?
Yeah, I'd started a timer the moment Danny instigated that the intro was finishing.
Oh.
Yeah, this is why we told to stop talking so we could do it.
Would I be that? Yes, I would.
Yes, you would.
I don't know why I question it. Next time,
Not even
I'll
gonna
start
let
it
you
before the intro. Who knows? It's a weird, wonderful world we live in. Right. So, as Lynn very correctly pointed out, we ended last session with a hopefully quite pivotal role from our good friend Subil, or as we have at the moment, Max, or correction, Billy, disappeared behind shadow. I think he has a face. Who knows? Oh, there.
It'd be really,
briefly
no,
there.
it'd be really fitting for the setting if he didn't have a face.
Oh,
Yeah.
no.
Yeah.
If I lean back far enough, how does it?
I mean,
No,
who
you
knows?
see a
If
nose.
the
You can
if
tell
the
you've
role
got some
didn't go as
eyebrows.
intended.
There's some divots where I should be.
I have seen what happens when a bullet goes through the back of someone's head, so he may not have a face.
Well, this took a very dark turn. Very
I'm slightly
Yeah,
creeped
very
out. Yeah.
We haven't actually started yet, and wow.
Cool. It's very sure. Yeah. I'm mentally prepared for this.
I mean,
No, you're not. You laugh.
I approve of not being mentally prepared. So, we begin in the small, dark alleyway across the road from Lang's House of Affordable Love, where we find Edlynnne, Cecily, Jules, Max, Eli, Kurt, and of course Lottie, arrayed, quietly waiting to see what comes next. The hour is late. This moon now hangs quite heavily in the sky, and it's a quite cloudless night, so the stars shine bright above, glistening off of the fresh puddles on the road. You're aware that across from you and lurking just up near a rooftop, Jack is overwatching the house of the brothel, and inside, Subil has whiled away about half an hour. Your previous plan of going in after him, having been abandoned, you wait. Kurt is nervously fidgeting at the end of the alleyway, trying to keep both Eli and Max busy, and making them check their weapons, their small flintlocks that they keep hidden in their back pockets, and shoved just behind their belts. Lottie double-checking her rifle just behind them, keeping just out of line of sight of as many people on the roads as possible. The hour is late and the streets are quiet. In the last half hour or so, apart from your own group, you've seen maybe 2 other people. You overhear rumors from those 2 people as they pass by that the streets don't seem as safe as they were a few days past. There have been disappearances, people vanishing off the street. If I can ask any of you to make me an insight perception check, or observation check, sorry. Again, changing systems between 2 days is fun. An insight observation check, you may hear more.
Can I do that as well, being on the roof, or?
You are too far away.
Okay.
My insight observation's 12.
Is it?
It's 10, so I think I'm not. I want.
Mine's 13. And if it's hearing, would I get a focus in it?
You will indeed. It will only be one person who gets to roll as well.
I go for Jules to roll.
I go for Jules to roll.
That is 3 passes overall.
You generate 2 momentum, and you only had 1 pass. I only needed 1. The couple that are walking past, you can see them huddled in their coats, a man and you seem to be his wife, from the way he clings her very tightly to his side, his hand shoved in his pocket where you assume a weapon to be kept, especially for you, Jules. You kind of have this read of people at this point, knowing normally if they're going to go for a knife or their coin purse from your days working in various taverns. You hear them muttering that a few dozen people have gone missing over the last 2 days, or at least that's what the Protectorate seems to be stating. Vanishing off of the streets late at night, never to come home. The rumor perpetuates, apparently, that maybe they found some corpses in the warehouse district. And current belief is that it must be tied to the criminals floating around the town. Whatever it is, they seem to be increasing the Night's Watch. From that information, you gather, of course, that there will be more Protector on the streets now. even at this late hour. They pass by and disappear down the street themselves. Jack, you get a kind of brief glance of them from your vantage point. You see them just disappearing down towards the Dawn Docks. Just watch them teeter off and head into another brightly lit street further away from you. You also notice at this point that the streets are fairly brightly lit everywhere but where you are. The bright gas kind of street lamps that normally punctuate the road every 10 to 15 feet are lit everywhere but here. Whether that be through the laziness of a city worker or something else, you don't know. But it's dark here. The only light you have to work off is that floating through windows, and the brightest light in the area being Lang's House of Affordable Love, which at the very least gives you a strong view of the building. Is there anything anyone would like to be doing during this time?
Yes, so obviously Cecily's very fully aware that she's a wanted person, but she's also an alchemist, and in the past I've made hair tonics. I would like to be able to change my hair colour, please.
Okay, easily done. I say that. You'll need a better facility than what you have, so normally to do something along those lines. To just kind of brew it up in the middle of an alleyway late at night in a shorter period of time, it will just be a harder check.
Yep.
If you had the tools more freely, it would be significantly easier.
Mm-hmm.
I will simply ask you for, he says, double checking, we will go with a reason medicine check, please.
Cool. Will the focus in pharmacology help me here?
Yes. I will, however, be making it difficulty 4, as you were doing it in a very, very difficult location, in a very time-pressed environment.
Okay, in which case, what Cecily might do then is leave the momentum for someone else who might need it, and I might wait until we're in a slightly well-lit area and try again then.
Yeah, that big word pharmacology just went right over my head. I'm too dumb.
Using too big of words.
Yeah.
Focusing pharmacology, so chemicals and mixing and alchemy and stuff.
Science.
Yeah, science. I do the science.
Pharmacy science.
Yes, but not in the dark. Okay, I will wait.
The fact that no one followed that with, yeah, science. Really
I was so
Science,
tempted.
bitch!
Yeah.
I was setting you up for it. Come.
Sorry.
Bill Nye the Science Guy, right? I don't know.
Bill.
Yeah.
It's a very different show than what I'm
Yeah, I was
about.
Jesse, but okay.
I know, but I failed science, so I don't even know anything.
We're all
science in the
pure
world,
innocent
so it's
beings.
like-
Okay, in which case, Cecily would like to dye her hair, but she's aware that the alleyway is not the best place to be mixing chemicals, so she's going to hold off.
You spend a little bit of time just kind of fiddling through your alchemy kit anyway, just working out if you have everything you'll need, and you work out you do. You have all of the appropriate chemicals, you just need a better environment to work in.
That's cool.
Anything from Jules or Edlynnne?
I just want to be. I think Edlynnne should be like next to a wall, kind of like meditating the best she can, just so she can keep her nerves kind of down, and maybe try to calm down from all the anger she's been feeling for the past how long has she known these guys? 2-3 weeks. I think
Couple of months now.
Wow, damn guys.
I know. Time flies.
Fun, fun, fun.
I know, right? Yeah.
With the sole exception of Jules, who you've known for about a week.
Yeah.
I brew them close. That's how I do it.
Yeah, no, Jules, I feel like I've known Jules forever.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'd be just kind of sword on lap, just kind of meditating kind of thing, just to ease myself.
Okay. You just settle into kind of the very, very far end of the alleyway where it opens up a little bit more, just to give yourself the space, and you settle down on the floor, cross your legs, and just place your hands normally on where you would have your sword kind of laid across your knees. But of course, the best you have is the kind of cobbled together equivalent that Lottie and you have been carrying with you.
I don't diss my sword I made. It's great, man.
It's a thing.
It's called Stabby. It's great. Sorry,
You
I'll stop
compare it-
talking.
Yeah,
I'll
you
stab
compare it to the weapons you've carried previously. Pure grade Wissian steel, forged and reforged over the period of centuries, remade for each and every shield of a Ledro and every sword of a Ledro that would carry them. You know full well that within your order, loss of the sword is tantamount to excommunication. And you grip what you have, and you just try to push the anger out of you. Can I ask you to make a will resilience check, please? We will
Yes,
say difficulty 2.
Immunity wouldn't work, would it? I'm going to guess not.
No, unfortunately not for this one.
Okay.
Discipline, if you have it.
No, I don't, which I should really get sometime soon. Hold on. Okay.
I want to make a clear joke that I'd be impressed if many people in this group had any discipline.
Yeah.
That is 2 passes, just in the nose of 2 passes.
Wonderful. In which case, gain 2 morale.
What is that? Where do I put that?
Morale is essentially bonus courage.
She finally has courage. Look at her go.
Can be removed and will disappear at the end of the scene. You have it
That's
temporarily.
What has been added?
Jules, anything from you?
I would like to just be a lookout and just observe, because knowing that there's going to be a lot of guards about, I'm just going to try and observe, be the group's lookout if I can.
Easily done. You rest at the far end of the kind of close end of the alley, that closest to the street itself, and just watch them, keeping your eyes moving just across the road as readily as you can, and darting most often to the roads that are better lit. In the half hour that you're kind of waiting and watching, you do see at least 4 guards make their way up and down the better lit roads. None of them seem to come in this direction, however.
Okay.
Why is beyond you.
Okay.
Jack,
Hello.
you sit at the rooftop. Kind of, at this point, you kind of leant off the edge of the scaffold a little bit just to give yourself a better line of sight on the brothel. Mostly the door. You briefly caught a glimpse through a window and stopped.
Yeah.
Say that. You can stare if you want. It's up to you.
No, I think I'm good. I think I saw too much pink and was no, that's not Subil.
I mean, you glanced through, and just for a moment, you swore you recognized the person in there, and you pulled your eyes away.
Oh no. Wait.
Waiting.
Okay, you've poked my interest now that I've recognized people. I've never been to this city.
It's true.
Oh,
Make me an
please tell me
insight
it's my
observation check
cabbages
of one.
Inquisition man.
Oh my god. Sorry? What was that?
Make me an insight observation check of 1. They're quite
Insight
close to the window.
observation. Okay, insight. Observation. Oh, that's not great, but you know we'll do our best. That's 2 successes.
Brilliant. Generate 1 momentum. You just watched the window for a moment. You saw movement in there, and you briefly saw a face that just sparked an inch of recognition in your mind. You lean forward a little bit more thoroughly and stare a little bit more intently, hoping for something useful. And a shadow darkens the room and moves over to the window, their visage kind of blocked out by the light behind them for a moment. As they lean out of the window, reaching for the shutter to pull it back closed, their arm a little shaky and weak, you make out the visage of an old man. An old man grinning quite widely as he turns back with this black leather suit strapped around his chest. And you get this horrifying moment of realizing that he's the man from the oil lantern.
Oh,
Karen.
fuck's sake.
The old
Okay.
man you briefly saw as you took your escape route.
The best NPC to ever
Like
exist.
2 days ago.
Oh, randy little bugger.
Oh.
The window
Oh.
closes behind him, and even from this distance, you hear the crack of a whip.
Oh, you have a good night, mate. I guess. Oh,
Okay. What a guy.
have a good night, mate. Fucking. Oh.
Oh man.
You shake your head and just bring your vision along again. As you
Yeah.
do, you cross over another window and see your face staring back at you.
Oh, that's even scarier.
Your lips peeled across your face in a wide smile.
Oh, let's fucking go, sunshine. We kicked your ass last time.
You blink and he's gone.
Pussy ass bitch.
As you shake your hands down, you just kind of grin to yourself as you feel a slight touch of something running down the back of your neck. As if fingers were running through your hair and sliding down. You feel them kind of part and run around the ring of one of your kind of the ports that run down your spine.
Can I try and make a grab for?
You snap,
Yes.
grab, and there's nothing there.
Yeah, I didn't think there would be. All right. You want to psych me out? Let's fucking play mind games. Let's go. I'm
Make
ready.
your
Mind games, can you
check.
start?
Make a will
I can't
resilience
stop.
check of. Make a will resilience check. 2, please.
Ooh, okay, I'm maxed on that. Discipline, give me crits.
Discipline will give you crits.
Yay! That's that's 3 successes.
You generate a point of momentum. You feel kind of as you throw your hands back and twist in place, fully expecting to see the thing waiting for you. You see nothing, and there's this churning in your gut, as if you can feel something moving. You just shake your head and it passes.
Come on, sunshine, let's fucking go.
You
wanna
get this.
fuck-
It's just revealed that Jack is pregnant, so this is fun.
Motherfucker thinks he could use me like a flashlight and get away
Oh
with
god.
Too far, man. Too far.
Why?
it. Fuck some
We're
shit
going
up.
so well.
I'm ready to fuck some shit up. This shit got personal.
Very quickly,
You-
Dave in chat. I'm sorry.
Dude.
Okay.
You have this moment of kind of feeling strong and powerful, and just for a moment you get that memory of utter powerlessness that you felt less than 24 hours ago, knowing that your body wasn't yours to control. You were a passenger sat deep within the recesses of your mind, forced to watch as you tried to crush the only friends you have left underfoot. And the thing that probably sickens you the most was that you enjoyed it.
Okay, Jago did enjoy it quite a bit. It was quite fun.
You push it out as best you can, push the memory to the side and turn back to the doorway, trying to focus on the task at hand. As you do so, you see a shadow make its way out of the front door. The image you recognize almost immediately as Subil. Their gait still shaking, their body thinner than you remember them being in the past. This level of exhaustion clear on him. Almost with a bit of distance put between you and him at this point. You have that moment where the rage you've been feeling towards him last time you saw him has ebbed slightly, just through the distance, and you realize just how frail he looks. If he pretended to be the man you met nearly 2 months ago, you wouldn't believe it. He steps out, walking into the courtyard and just kind of stopping and glancing up towards you, or at least in your general vicinity. You get the impression that he expects to see someone up there. And behind him, moving fairly sluggishly, as if heavily intoxicated, you see the figure of Juliana Krauts stepping just behind him. Subil, you succeeded.
I did.
What? a boy. I never doubted you for a second.
I 100% doubted him.
I had complete faith. It's all in the bones. You feel it in the bones.
No, I had no faith in him.
I'm so proud of you, Subil. So proud.
He's frozen happy.
I'm not going to slap him anymore.
You
Don't
are
tell me he's frozen.
It's time to play and he's not there.
Fuck you know.
It was the reveal of a century. He was so proud of himself that he just left.
Yeah,
He just
he was like, done.
I'm done. Bye.
I did what I needed to do.
Yep, mic
All right,
drop
fellas,
out.
I peaked. Let's go.
See, last week it was Lynn, this week it's Billy. Who will it be next week? Place your bets now.
Probably me.
Oh,
no!
Oh, fucking A.
Wait, hang on. Max isn't here next week, right?
Yeah, I'm not here next week.
There you go. Oh, he's back.
Oh,
We'll give him a moment.
Ooh.
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 Hey!
Oh, I think he's frozen again.
Wait,
no.
Just everybody
still.
atop the
Billy.
same position.
He's basically the same position, yeah.
Yeah,
Shit. That's a rough
that was
one.
very good at holding a freeze frame.
It could be
Is this
both.
He's done that
Oh.
before.
He's picked his timings wonderfully, hasn't he?
There's
so
northeast.
Sorry, everyone.
Just sounds drunk.
He does.
God, this.
He's
We
the
are
best
played.
Juliana.
I mean, he could have done this whilst I was talking to all of you, and that would have
Yeah,
been
I-
easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's holding the suspense. Honestly.
Maybe if I just
Right.
take away his success for every 5 minutes, he's not here.
No. Don't
How
do
many
that.
successes was he over then?
He needed 5.
He got exactly what he needed.
Did he?
Oh my god. This is. Ooh, it's a little. Ooh.
Hi, everyone. Okay.
Hey!
I'm
Hey, we can hear
so
it.
sorry. Okay.
All right.
I'm gonna try this.
Oh.
Okay.
Hello.
Okay.
Yeah, we can still hear you.
Hello.
Okay.
Wait. Hey, you're moving.
I can see you.
Yeah.
In a
It's
semi.
moving.
He's moving
Yeah.
in a
We can see you.
semi-fluid manner.
Yeah,
Okay.
he's moving.
Semi-fluid. Okay.
Yeah.
Really genuinely apologies. My Wi-Fi is so bad today. Fingers crossed it holds on.
Okay.
Very sorry. it's one of those
Okay.
things. The joys of technology, eh?
Gotta love him.
Well,
We back?
after holding everyone in suspense for as long as we have, we'll move swiftly on. There we are. I got a noise from Billy. I'm happy to keep going. Right. So, Subil. Last we left you, you were, of course, talking with Juliana, convincing her that perhaps... Has he frozen again?
I
feel like-
frozen again.
No.
Oh
I think
no.
he's frozen again.
Oh.
He
You're
looks
on the
constipated.
We were on the verge of greatness.
Look
We
at
were
him.
this close.
At least he's left with a good face.
Yeah, that is an expression.
Ah,
The powers that be
And-
just don't want Juliana.
In our memory, in memory of Subil, everyone, in memory of Subil, as Juliana fucking stabs him in the back.
And then takes his place as our planning person.
Right. Rather
Yeah.
than keeping everyone waiting, staring at us, screaming and dying slightly inside, what we will do is go to a quick break, see if we can sort out our technical issues, and come right back as soon as we can. So, as and when those on high with the power to do so, we'll go on to break, and we'll see you shortly. Hello, everyone. Welcome back. Sorry for our technical issues. With any luck, you should be able to see how we have resolved them. Billy hasn't yet. So,
Well,
yeah.
I haven't got the
Lynn-
stream open, so I don't know
Lynn
what it's
found it.
looking like.
Oh, let me take a screen snip and I'll pop
Oh,
it in
please
the,
do.
Yeah,
Let's have a look at this dingus.
I need to
I-
clip this at some
so
point and put it on the socials.
No one show Billy. Wait until the end of the stream. and
I'm
you can-
gonna. I don't see
Oh, too
it.
late.
I don't.
I've told-
Oh shit!
I can't
Wait.
open my. I can't change. I can't
you
swap screens
can't.
during this.
You can't swap screens, so
I
you'll
will
never
only
know.
find out. So stream. I will only find out what I
I
look
have
like
just found.
after.
I have just found the next post to the social media. This picture right here. Thank you.
I mean, I'm set with this. I'm happy.
I've put it in
with the
initiative
10.
order Discord.
Oh my god!
Oh,
All is good in the world. All is right and proper.
Here we go. Let's
That's made my day.
Now,
Oh,
now
Ooh,
that I can
okay.
unfortunately look into Billy's eyes as he dies off slowly.
you can hear it.
oh no! What did I miss?
Nothing. Thankfully, we realised quite quickly.
No, thankful.
So, Sybil, you spent
Yes, sir.
time in a small room, of course, with Juliana, trying your best to convince her to change sides, at least in one way or another. Your last sentence kind of hung in the air for a while. She leant forward, poured herself a drink, lit another cigarette, and seemed to chew on your words. There was this silence that permeated the room. Before, as she drained another glass, fine.
Yes.
If nothing else, I'll help you get the boy out. On one condition. No violence. Prove to me that you can do it in a better way. Prove to me that there's some hope. That maybe there is a better way. And now we play the game to see if Billy is still there.
I am.
Hey.
Sybil will just say that's all. That's Juliana. That's all I've ever wanted to do. See if you can finally help me achieve it. See if everyone can achieve it.
Time will tell, she says, and just puts the glass down before again picking up the decanter and starting to pour another drink. We'll go in a moment.
I mean, I would ask for a drink, but it hasn't really served me well in the last week or so. So I think I'll just I'll wait by the door.
That's fine. You head over and just kind of wait for a few minutes. Eventually, she stumbles on after you. You kind of step out of the doorway into the corridor on the other side and wait there, more precisely. A few minutes pass before the door opens once again, and she just kind of stands there, gently swaying from side to side, very, very slightly. The smell of the liquor just runs from her. And already she has another, the kind of an unlit cigarette wrapped in her fingers. Go.
All right, come on then. Can you not light it in my face? I've had so much smoke in my lungs for the last 2 days. As I kind of mutter as I walk on, presumably down the stairs, or the many stairs that we have to go to, towards the lobby.
You make your way down. She just quietly nods and lights it behind your back. Taking a long drag and just exhaling the smoke off to the side. You make your way down through the building, passing by numerous rooms that you do your best to ignore the sounds coming by. At one point, you hear the loud crack of a whip coming from the second floor.
Will that be the old man?
And you step back out into the kind of courtyard that lies just beyond. Lang's breathing in a greedy gulp of non-perfumed air. You really kind of captures you the difference there, the heady heftiness to the odor that flows through that building, contrasted against the kind of almost seaside smell that follows around most of Southside. You take a few steps out, and so you become aware, just from glancing where you were watching earlier, that Jack is still stood up there.
If he's spotted, just give him a little salute.
I think after clocking that Jack's there, I'm just going to I'm going to survey surroundings, make sure that there's no guards about, and then head straight over to where that scaffolding was. And I'll give Juliana a nod to follow.
Yeah, the area is completely abandoned of guards. The only thing that you see here are more patrons and people who have kind of stepped out into the open air themselves to catch a breather. You get the same look of the man who kind of greeted you the first time, gives you a small smile and a wave as you kind of walk off with Juliana. Loop around and reach the bottom of the scaffolding, Juliana walking just behind you. Again, already discarded another smoke and preparing to light another. Jack, you see them approaching. Weirdly, as I say, Juliana seems to be in tow.
I don't think I know who Juliana is.
You have briefly seen her.
I saw her in the interrogation room.
Mm-hmm.
And
you saw her in the interrogation room and within at Icefield before it was burned down.
Do we see her on the boat?
Yes, in the interrogation.
Yeah.
Okay.
At the boat, yeah. And very briefly on the upper deck.
Oh.
You recognize her. She's very difficult to not recognize. She's the woman that's been leading the hunt for you for the last 2 months.
Okay. What is... things have changed like they always do. I'm going to climb down and link up with Subil.
You make your way down, and Subil, roughly at the time you kind of get to the bottom of the scaffolding is when Jack reaches it himself. For those in the alleyway, mostly Jules, who's been watching the road, you see them all gathering. You catch a glimpse of Jack making his way down, and then shortly thereafter see both Subil and the woman you... In fact, in fairness, I don't think you were ever interrogated.
No, it wasn't. So
No.
I've never seen this girl.
So just a woman.
You just see a woman behind him.
Dressed in uniform?
No, not at all. Kind of at this point, a little bit waterlogged and decayed, kind of white blouse and a long black skirt. She's got quite a heavy belt on, though, one you would immediately attribute as a pistol belt. And you can see the butt of a pistol pointing out just from behind her just from behind her hip.
You all right?
Yes. So, party of survivors of fugitive life. This is Juliana. Juliana, person who has been hot on our tails since day one. This is the party of idiots.
I'm guessing I'll take them all up to see Jack, because Jack is on a different area than we are, right?
He is, yeah.
Yeah, then I'll usher everyone up to meet up.
Okay. You gather everyone up and take them over to meet the three of them. And Subil makes his introduction. Juliana, as you're kind of stood out on the street having this discussion, literally just next to the scaffolding, she kind of steadies herself on the wall and just glances over each of you. And you're just going to have this talk out in the open.
Admittedly, I presumed that we were further down the alley.
No,
Let's say-
the scaffolding is just at the end of the alleyway. It's in the middle of the street.
Let's shuffle back.
Yeah.
Sibyl's
Can we
just
not go
not gonna
up the
say anything
scaffolding?
and then just
Can we not go on the roof and have our conversation on the
In
roof?
her condition,
I'd rather
can-
go into the alleyway than up on the scaffolding.
let's just get into the alleyway.
Oh yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
yeah. So just silently, just not acknowledge the question and just like shuffle
Yes.
further into the darkness.
Shut up! She joins the group and then she starts fucking telling us what to do. Who do you think she is?
She's the one that keeps catching us.
Yeah. God.
Yeah. I think we see why now.
She's our enemy. if anything.
You man
Man,
joins
she's
and immediately
good.
thinks they're hot shit. Fucking new guys.
You make your way back over to the alleyway.
Maybe we should do this quietly. Everyone's like, oh yeah. Oh.
We never thought that.
What?
We are so subtle.
We
You
are
make
the
your way
best.
back over to the same alleyway and kind of hustle inside, pulling yourselves away from the lights of the area, leaving the small light that there was kind of given out by the brothel and the accompanying roads either side of you. You're in almost pitch darkness at this moment, only the light of the moon to really illuminate any of you. It's an uncomfortable closeness now that you're all kind of piled in this small alleyway. All, 8 of you at this point? It's no more. 9. All 9 of you.
That's
So this. So your
Does
guys'
anyone want to be on the
conversation-
lookout?
You're right.
I'll go and look out because I have no idea what's going on. I've never met anyone else, so I'll go and look out.
You
I'll stand
offer
at the edge of it just to
suggestion,
make sure.
yeah. You offer the suggestion, and as she will have been the one kind of following you, you kind of have to very awkwardly shuffle past Juliana.
I love
the end of the
Ah,
alleyway.
lovely to meet you. I'm going that way. I'm just okay. Bad first impression, my God.
To be fair,
Just-
first impressions have never been our strongest suit.
No.
no.
Or impressions.
Yeah,
Any impression.
we are all terrible.
She just
We will-
watches you go past.
You know, it's times like this where you just look at yourself and you go, "Fuck, we are shit at this, aren't we?"
I really hope Jack says that out in the open.
Oh no, 100% I do. No,
Well, you are. I'm very good at keeping a low
Hey,
profile.
excuse me, I can die very well, thank you very much.
Sibyl's just not going to say anything, make eye contact with Jack, and then just look at the ground.
I mean,
Juliana just quietly
Shit.
watches you and takes another drag.
either this conversation went really well or really badly.
Well, I don't
think
think
it
this
was
is a conversation that was meant to happen. Should we let's just let
I feel I've made a
Sybil-
mistake. She says as she goes to start to turn away.
No. We're
that-
just sleep deprived and
yeah, sleep deprived.
We're
We're
just-
listening. We're listening. We're going to behave.
What's
Please tell us why you're here and not arresting.
what is
us. I
going
think
on?
We're all very confused.
Were you addressing the question to there, Jack, to Sybil, or to Juliana?
To Juliana.
I'm not entirely sure anymore.
Okay,
I should shoot you.
probably. I would attempt to stop you if you did.
I don't doubt it. No doubt a few lives would be lost in the process. Probably those who aren't even involved in the fight, I imagine, as your track record has gone thus far.
Not that we wanted any of that.
Wanted or not, it's still happened.
Yeah, well,
She twists her head over to Sybil. I've told you where they are. Now convince me why I should be helping them, she says, gesturing her head back to the rest of the group. You hear a kind of muttered comment right from the back going, never fucking asked for your help.
Can I just turn my head? Can I just literally turn my head and be like, Kurt, now is not the time, please. Or not, I'm not gonna say his name. We'll be like, now is not the time. Just no.
Juliana, I say, I've convinced you that we need help to get Sam. And I thought just 10 seconds of looking at all of us would convince you that we need your help getting Sam. Does it look like we can do it on our own? And you don't need to care about any of us, because the only thing that all of us share is a care for that kid and an utter disregard for our own safety when it comes to getting them back. You know how far we'll go, but now we just a little bit of guidance on how to do it. That's why I think you can help us. That's why I think you will help us.
Yes.
Because we'll fail without.
You've made that very evident repeatedly.
That we agree on.
I've given you the address, she says, gesturing back to the kind of piece of paper that you have clenched in your fist that she handed you last time. When you know to contain the address 523 number 7 Street, down in the Dusk Docks.
I'm going to give that piece of paper to Edlynnne. So,
Oh, I have paper. I take the paper.
I would give
now. She just kind of glances up off towards the church steeple that she can still kind of make out just over the rooftops. 12 bells. My brother will be heading there at 4 to collect the child and take him back onto her martyr's grace. There will also be a warden with them, Trost, an investigator. They'll be organising his transport back to the Shining Peak. And you, the address was 523 number 7 Street.
On Dusky Docks.
On the Dusk Docks, thank you very much. She glances across directly at Edlynnne. And you'll be next, if they have their way.
Don't really doubt it, but rather we get
Canehurst himself has been ordered to get you.
That's fun, isn't it? Well, there's not really much I can say, is there?
What will you all do? She glances over each of you, even kind of turning back to glance at Jules. When you have him, what's your next plan?
Get out.
Do you have a plan? Did you ever have a plan?
Yeah, we have a plan. We have a boat.
We have a boat.
Just get to this, get out.
Well,
I mean, I'll admit the way we've executed the plan hasn't always been the best, but
I think it's.
we're trying.
I think at this point, Disc is a bust.
Your plan was to go from here to a capital city.
Yeah, well, we didn't have weeks ago originally.
You'll never make it past the gates.
Yeah.
The Inquisition's reach has spread as far down now as Dagos. The Wardens are interested, and they've taken Faith's lines. You'll struggle to cross any border at this point.
We go back on ourselves.
You don't really have anywhere to go. You're not just wanted criminals, you're the wanted criminals at this point. Frankly, if the Wardens and the Inquisition don't get hold of you, they lose face nationally. You've not just made yourselves a threat to security, you've made yourself a threat to their image.
as hell.
You've done nothing but reinforce the cycle. She turns back to Subil. I told you that there was a ship waiting for you.
Yeah.
There's a small ferry that will take you from the Dawn docks. Someone who owes me a favor. They can get you anywhere on the water. Tell them where, and then you run. Disappear into the hills. Go anywhere. Go to the marshes of Yoon and throw your lot in with the rogue channelers that hide there. It's probably the only choice you have left. What waits for you in this?
I don't know. Maybe a bit of hope that this would just all be a little bit over.
Hang on. So, what if we used your ferry and got to a port, larger boats, and snuck aboard one of them to get to somewhere like West?
You'd need to go to Yoon, to Dagos. Those are the only ships that are going to get you out of the country.
Legal ships.
It's the only route out of Chalice. You know that. The Central Sea only passes by the gates of Dagos. It's the only way you get through Dagos. One, you smuggle yourselves, which, seeing the company you keep, perhaps isn't impossible. Or you do so legally. Papers and writ of transport. If you'd come 2 nights ago, I had those.
What's changed between 2 nights ago and now?
The warden's
Not with us.
changed.
Not with us. What made you change?
Seeing the fact that the Inquisition seems to want the violence at this point. There was a route for you to take that was non-violent. I had to fight for it. I was just done with watching the civilian casualties go up and up and up in every town we passed. So I thought, why not try and give you an out? I convinced people to do the same. And then what happened, happened. And they seemed happy. Canehurst was overjoyed that you left that ship violently. Has all the permission he needs now.
What do you know about the what's the best way to describe it? Hand entity creature thing that seems to be
The what?
Oh,
You're not.
She does.
You don't know about the monsters that's following us?
penny drops.
What are you talking about?
These deaths that you've been blaming us for, most of them actually haven't been us.
Oh, so you didn't set fire to a town.
Okay, no,
Only
we
one
put
of
that-
us this, and you catch the guy who did it.
we
You
put that
didn't
on
burn
us.
down a farm. And you
No.
didn't
burned
kill
down
a
a farm.
guard on the road.
No, we
I
didn't
did not
burn down a farm. We were attacked by a fucking plant thing
plants and monsters is what you're blaming this on.
And you
expect me to believe you?
I've got something that I think you might want to see. Sybil, you're looking vastly different, aren't you?
Weirdly emaciated for
And
what? A couple days?
11 years older.
Yeah, 11 years older than you originally saw him.
We've spoken about it.
Yeah, that wasn't a pleasant 11 years, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what did this to him. This, not the plant, there's a seemingly unconnected thing. That black creature that's just on a mass of hands, which I assume is what's been causing all the disappearances recently. It attacked us wearing the skin of somebody, then...
There's an entity from another plane of existence that has been following us and attacking us.
Sorry, you said wearing the skin of someone else.
Yeah.
It kills people and wears its
fucking
skin.
Had a zipper of obsidian shards.
The same ones around Sybil's face there.
Look, it sounds ridiculous, but we're telling the truth.
Nine people are holding one conspiracy.
I mean,
would be a little bit difficult.
Used me
look
as a
at
puppet,
Edlynnne here.
smashed up
She's
a
been killed
warehouse.
like 3 times. She just won't die. I've seen weird stuff.
You saw her on the boat. She was dead on the boat, and then she came back to life.
Do you want to?
Can I ask?
Oh, I was going to make a massive.
Sorry, no, go on.
I was going to say, and because I don't think Edlynnne's told the group yet, but I'd be like, and do you want to know what I see when I die, Juliana? Is that hand monster, and it kind of kills me in death as well. So honestly, I'm sure you'd be able to tell if someone's lying or not. But the fact that 9 of us are telling you something, and we all seem to be as equally stressed and freaked out about it.
Juliana is going to make a test.
Oh,
No.
Juliana's stat line.
Oh, of course she does. Everyone, all the NPCs probably do.
I don't know. I'm not saying I doubt that she has one.
Also, I realised I sounded really obnoxious doing that, so Edlynnne didn't sound that aggressive or bitchy. She was very monotone. I just have bad vocal delivery.
Fuck you, Juliana.
Juliana, guess what? No, she didn't do that. She's actually being very respectful because Juliana let her off the boat, so she's trying to be respectful.
We're trying
What's
to be
the
like...
check, Ben?
Yeah, what's the check? What's in the box?
Juliana is making a will observation test to determine if you are lying.
Okay.
If she fails, she'll assume you are. If she passes, she'll...
Can we give her our momentum?
Yeah, can we give her momentum?
Yeah.
If she's
So-
technically part of the group.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
completely up to you. She rolls 3 dice naturally. Just for
shit.
making the test.
Oh,
Mhm.
She good.
She has a total value of 15 and crits on a 5.
Nah, she fucking got this. 3
Should we
dice.
Just give her 1. We'll give her an
give her
extra
one.
die.
Give her an extra
one
die.
dice.
Alright, 1 extra dice.
We need
Rolling
someone to believe us.
2020, 2020.
Oh my god. You're fucking lying.
What'd you get there, Ben?
Oh god.
She passes.
Hey!
Ooh.
You didn't.
She
I almost
gives
shit
you a
myself.
point of momentum.
Hey!
Hey.
Nice.
I knew I liked her.
Here we
She's
go.
great.
It's a Ben campaign. Don't speak so soon.
Yeah, now she knows. She's gonna take it away.
Oh god. You loved it and I took it away.
I believe you.
Oh, thank Christ.
Ooh.
She meant the mark. Look, she hasn't slept. She meant the
Thank
mark.
the martyr.
Blasphemy!
Then she shoots you. You said,
Civilians like to handle this.
you said a skin suit wearing another person's face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen accounts of, well, the aftermath of what we've gone through with things like that?
Yes.
Mm.
Before
It's not us causing it.
before we found you, she says, glancing over at Subil, in that farm, we'd been tracking the child for some time. They've been being moved around by the Freed for a while, year or so, I believe. We found an old warehouse up in Seekheim, not too far from the town of Sparrowfall.
It's been coming up a lot.
There were signs that the child had been kept there, imprisoned, tortured. When we arrived, we had every intention of putting an end to it. We'd received a tip-off from a local that something strange had been happening, so we were just dispatched originally to just root out what the problem was and solve it. What we found was a massacre. Numerous people, just I couldn't even tell you who they were. Their faces had been torn clear from their body, their hands removed. Several of them had been hollowed out. It's the only way I can describe it. And when we delved into the basement, we found a laboratory, an alchemist's workshop, and papers, notes of experiments on numerous people, including some people that went back to Sparrowfall, from what we could tell, before. Well, regardless, the notes indicated that's where the child was, and that they must have escaped. We asked around the area for a while and received reports that a small lad had been wandering the streets, begging. Our trail led us through to the Freed, who seemed to pick him up, and then to you. And of course, from that point on, the rest you know. The child is a victim in all of this. It's just an innocent that's been wrapped up in it. I don't suppose you even know his name.
Just
He's never told us.
Sam.
He's been taking the name Sam.
Levi.
How do you know his name?
It was in the books. They kept track of them like cattle.
Do you know
I like
anything
that
else
Sam.
about him?
That's it. That when they picked him up, he was maybe 5, 6 years old. Just a child of Sparrowfall that was passed on for a greater purpose.
Do you see why we're trying so hard to get him? We're
Do you see
just
why
trying
we
to
are?
help. We do. We do. Trust me. And look, I get it, right? I get it. I mean, if I was in your position, if this was happening in my home and it was these guys and I was in your shoes, I'd be in very much the same boat. But we're just trying to help him.
Well, you have a number of hours at this point.
I think hearing that Sam was an experimental case as well, that's Jack's sort of quite obviously just holding off a panic attack.
kind of just sees the shakiness to you. You get the feeling that every time, even in a fairly drunken state, she has these worryingly piercing eyes. You get the impression that anytime she looks at you, she just drinks in every feature of your face. If you want to save him, you need to move. Whereas I wish that the Inquisition had beneficial aims for him, orders like this, coming from as high as they do, unsettle me. Tell me, Edlynnne, isn't it?
Yeah.
What color do you bleed?
Honestly, silver. And then, like, to show her, I'll like cut like a bit of my fingers so she can actually see it.
A few drops just drip cleanly from your finger, impacting into the ground and just solidifying the moment they do. Yeah. The books we found indicated that the experiment was to create something called a silver blood. Until you had no indication of what that is. But if you say you can't die...
well, I mean, I guess you saw my body on the boat, or at least you heard of it.
Yep. We were under orders to watch you.
Yeah, well, here I stand.
So what I'm hearing is there's a group somewhere that's trying to artificially create immortal channelers.
Not if we have anything to do with it. Right, guys?
Fuck.
I mean, no. I'm going to say it's out of character, technically. That would make Edlynnne an immortal channeler, and that's like, she hears that, she's just like literally just mumbling in like Wishian, but I'm going to guess Juliana could probably tell us like sort of religious stuff.
She speaks Wishian fluently.
Oh, well then she's just Edlynnne's just mumbling a bunch of, okay, now I have completely, my gods are never going to, like literally meant like very slight mental breakdown about gods very much not liking her anymore. Like Edlynnne fully believes this is a curse from curse from her gods.
She kind of, as you're muttering away, she just kind of looks at you and goes, perhaps. Look, it's all very well and good arguing the point at the moment, but unless you move quickly, Levi, Sam, whichever, will be beyond your reach. If he gets back on that boat, he is lost to you.
Where do we go once we get on, the boat to get out of here? Where do we go?
A voice chirps up from behind you. Look, I can't come with you. I can't keep putting my lads in danger like this, but at the very least I can tell you somewhere to go. On the southern shores of the sea, there's a small fishing village. One of those weird places. I've never been there sober, so I'm trying to remember the fucking name of it. Morristown. Yeah, Morristown. Head there and go to the cobblers. There's a lad there, William, owes me a favour. He's got connections to the barrelers up in Dis. At the very least, he might be able to get you around, smuggle you somewhere.
Okay.
Mention my name.
Will do.
Sorry,
Thank you.
remind me, who said that? Kurt.
That was Kurt, yeah. Oh
God. Delete
Oh,
this.
it's back.
It's back again.
Oh.
Back again. There we go.
Don't scare me like that.
Heart dropped.
Yeah.
Okay.
Juliana kind of lets out a small grunt in agreement before lighting another cigarette, having finished the last one and immediately reaching for another. It could work. We don't have tabs on the barrelers. They don't generally tend to enter the Inquisition's attention.
Well,
Give you at least some
we can
breathing room.
Start there and pick a plan once we've made it there.
Still have some trap.
That's a plan at least. Right, guys?
Yeah. All right.
Better than nothing.
Better than no plan.
What's the layout of this building then that they're keeping?
I don't know I don't know the layout. I only know the address. They wouldn't let me in on that information. Not after the last operation.
How do we know this isn't a trap?
We don't have the luxury of.
Well, yeah.
If this was a trap, do you
We would have
think
been
I'd
caught
be
by
stood here talking to
Yeah.
you?
Just feels like a bit of a waste
Good
of
to
time.
clarify.
You can say anything, but you can say at the very least, I have never actually lied to you, Sybil.
I guess it's my chance to say I'm sorry I didn't trust you earlier. Not that we're all out of this, you know. I still hold out some doubts. I've got to, right?
You'd be an
Maybe-
idiot not to.
Well, we've established I'm more than an idiot, so I wouldn't give me that too much credit, Juliana. Might flatter me.
I wouldn't dare to.
I know.
Just
At
so
the very
we're on the
least.
same.
Sorry.
Just so we're on the same page. That deal from at the oil lantern. The rest of us only found out about that hours ago.
It's irrelevant.
Doesn't
at this
change
point.
anything, but I wish we could have worked something out. And
So do I. But we play the hand we're dealt. And this is what we have now. Stood
Well-
in an alleyway that stinks of piss, a stone's throw from a brothel.
a bunch of idiots standing in a circle.
I mean, there could be a worse place. Let's be honest.
No, this is rock bottom.
No, we've been in
No.
sewers before.
Yes, having this conversation in a sewer may have been worse.
We've been in other dimensions where active speaking kills us, so you know.
Don't remind me, please.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
it's better than the
Fair
piss,
point.
right?
Yeah, fair point of warning. If you end up in another dimension where everything's grey and a little bit see-through, verbalizing in general brings a horrible purple cloud of death towards you.
Honestly, the more
Ever
we
do
explain,
find
the more we
yourself-
sound insane.
Yeah, look, you just
It'll make you'll know when you see it.
just if you ever go there, just know, don't speak if you want. to
Guys, why didn't you
speak.
tell me this? I've been
Well-
around you for ages.
We did.
We haven't had.
You've never mentioned it.
How did you forget?
That? Oh.
Okay, no, wait, she does have a point. We have.
No, it's
Okay,
true.
we've,
Okay.
we've,
only been a week.
Future reference, if you end up in a parallel dimension where everything's a bit grey and see-through, don't
Is
speak.
there anything else I need to know?
Yeah, lots, but we'll get to it when you need it, okay?
We haven't
Yeah.
really had time, okay? Look, Jules, you just
Do
have
you
to
know
somewhat
Do you
trust
know
us,
sign
please.
language? I mean, honestly, we're sort of we're playing this a lot by ear. We don't know. We now you know as much as we do.
Yeah, honestly, we
You're caught
know
up.
that much. We've been kind of
Oh,
been busy.
Jules.
Kid, please.
We're sorry, Jules. We thought we told. Look, we thought we told you.
Yeah. Fucking hell! Why didn't we?
You know, it,
Oh, fucking god, we're useless.
Juliana takes a moment, glances at all of you, and then over at Jules, and hands you a cigarette.
she will like do like you know in like the Road Runner where they like and they do the whole thing. She's gonna go at the end flick it and then go.
that's done. I wanna
Oh
I
my
wanna kind of
God,
address
we are
Juliana, just be like,
Fucking
I'm-
useless.
I'm gonna guess you don't
Sorry.
really want us to use violence with getting Sam back, right?
I would
And the day
prefer
that-
you don't.
Alright, well, we'll try not to.
And what I can tell you is how many people are waiting for you if you go in,
It's a good better than anything else. We'll be prepared. How
or
many?
at least the number of people I saw head off. 2 wardens with alchemical rigs, 6 acolytes, and I couldn't tell you how many protectorate.
Where's Canehurst in all this?
Canehurst isn't there. Canehurst is overseeing the transport of the prisoners.
I knew that fucking
Would there be
Not-
more protectorates than acolytes?
There's
I
a
mean,
likelihood.
Last week, Ben said there were only 2 protectorates and 1 acolyte.
I may have misread at that point.
Ah.
So there'll 100% be more protectorates than acolytes when we turn up there.
You would assume as
yeah,
much.
Okay.
Okay.
probably
Oh,
their
then.
job in a sense. So
I need to get in, get out, and I mean, I really don't think killing anybody else is going to help us. So
Cecily,
Yes.
could you make a smoke bomb?
I can make many smoke bombs. I was about to offer.
and make as many smoke bombs as you can, and we're going to need
Like a-
distractions.
Big
Begin
old
construction.
smoke bomb.
I can do smoke bombs and I can do firecrackers, which will make a hell of a lot of noise, but they won't actually
I
do
mean,
anything damage-wise.
firecrackers can lead them
I
out to
mean,
the street, and then maybe we
you know,
smoke
the
bomb
whole
them, go in and get
smoke-
Sam.
Smoke and mirrors make a
Well-
lot of noise, and
Well,
yeah,
While this conversation's going on, I'd like to just look at Juliana's face just to see if it goes from absolute just confusion or just like
So-
done with us.
If anything, you get the impression this is more or less exactly what she expected.
Yeah, we're like,
we're not subtle. But at
Hey,
the
look,
end of the
I
day,
failed military preparation school in the monastery. Okay.
look, none of us are particularly sneaky. If there's as many as you say they are, it's going to be a scrap.
I'm sneaky.
I mean,
Okay,
I'm
I
I mean, I'm kind of with
I'm pretty
Juliana. I don't
sneaky.
want to. I don't want to do any more violence, but at the same time, would it be worth getting the people who can take a couple more punches to be punching bags while the rest of you sneak in to get Sam?
I mean,
Provided
to
we don't get taken.
It's a
speak
sneaky.
bluntly, I've worked with wardens before, and they carry flare guns. The moment anything goes wrong, their first action will be to warn everyone else that something has gone wrong. And if I know Canehurst, he'll be waiting.
Is there a ventilation
my brother.
system? What if
Not-
can I just
Not in most townhouses. You're not quite that advanced yet.
could I somehow chloroform the whole building? You know, in Dishonored 2,
Sleep bomb.
when you rob the
Yeah, I know exactly where you're going with
You know
this.
exactly what I mean.
Yeah.
I was thinking, can I just gas the entire building? Everyone's
Knockout gas.
unconscious. Knockout gas, yeah. Drop that down the
No.
chimney, gas everyone out. Someone who can climb on roofs will have to go up on roofs.
We'd need a lot of gas.
You would need a lot of gas, and to not allow my real world science brain to kick in, chloroform is not.
Not
Gotta do
chloroform,
the
but
job.
some sort of
Yeah, basically.
alchemical knockout thing.
Yeah.
Neurotoxin.
I would say that maybe don't go with neurotoxins.
Bit of a
Hey, look,
Bit of a-
chloroform was off
You
the
have-
table. What's the next step? You know, we're going to get there eventually. I'm just skipping.
they're like
the-
either side to the
don't-
extreme.
Yeah, don't add to the list of war crimes here, Sybil. I would
I
say
may have-
that given time and a proper lab, you could probably whip it up.
Neither of which we
Do we have 4 bells though?
You have. It is currently just past 12. You've been talking for, I'd say, roughly 50 minutes at this point.
Okay, so we need to go soon.
Okay,
I may
maybe
have
in which
stupid-
case then I can smoke them out.
I may have a stupid idea.
You sneakers.
Right, and this is completely Edlynnne speaking, being like, look, the priority is Sam. I think that's been evident since the whole boat thing, and even before. He's been the forefront of all our decisions because he's who we need to get out.
Agreed.
We're both silver bloods, and if I know anything about militaries and holding hostages, prisoners, or just somebody of interest, there's going to be a lot of not very nice things happening. I'm not saying the Inquisition may do this. This is just from me reading about all of this as, growing up. Let's be honest, all of you, maybe apart from Jules, probably not gonna be captured. They're probably want to kill us. They want me, so why don't I cause a distraction, get some of them out, run away, you guys sneak in and get Sam, and I hope to God that I can meet you on that boat. And if not, I'd rather it be me that they're doing
no matter what,
to.
we're gonna have to kill the wardens. So
I don't want
Are
it.
we gonna have to?
If we're doing loud and proud, because the warden's just gonna flare.
Loud and proud isn't an option.
Cecily, can you make me a quick reason medicine check? Or engineering, whichever you prefer. It's just going to be difficulty 2.
Okay. Focus in pharmacology useful here?
Yeah, that would be helpful.
I will say quickly while she's doing this, I'm like, Edlynn's going to literally make a point of getting the shabby sword and just throwing it away, kind of thing, showing that she's not going to use that in this.
3 successes.
You generate 1 momentum.
Oh, lovely.
There was a phrase that was thrown out with the wardens, alchemical rig.
Mm-hmm.
You know roughly what that is. You've never used one, but you know what they do. It's essentially a full body suit that goes on under the clothing and is designed to inject military grade alchemy directly into the body.
Okay.
Normally, strength, speed, enhancements, rejuvenants. The type of thing that was used during the unification wars for frontline shock troops and special ops.
Okay.
It pushes people beyond the level of what a human should be able to do, although it is incredibly taxing on the system to do for a long period of time.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just taking some notes.
Wouldn't guess there's a sneaky way of injecting some sleepy stuff into that like strength serum. Just time to bulk out.
Oh God.
Yeah, is there anything that chemically mixes awfully with that?
Is there anything that, because obviously if it's on a suit, if it's on them, then somehow
are they flammable,
or is it inaccessible?
No. I'm not saying that we're gonna set them alight. I'm just saying liquids like that might be flammable. And
would Cecily know of a way
I think I found Isaac. Isaac's like right there, guys. He's taken over Jules. They're the same person.
As with all alchemy, it's an incredibly delicate balance. It's a chemical solution at the end of the day. It doesn't take much to disrupt it, and upsetting the balance and then injecting it into someone is going to cause significant problems. You could even increase the dosage on the machine, which is normally set to inject small amounts periodically. If you could get access to it, you could set it to just throw the entire dose in at once, which would overload their system. If not, just put them into paralytic shock, potentially cause them to overdose and die.
I'd like not to kill anybody in this attempt to rescue this.
Just in case I'm getting like cross-wires here, is that if I got 5 separate wardens to go to who are all wearing 5 separate rigs that I somehow need to doctor. There are 2 wardens wearing.
There are 2 wardens, both wearing rigs, from what Juliana has told you.
Okay. So I just need to somehow get to them and mess up their
gizmos and gazmos.
Yeah. Okay, in which case Cecily just needs a light area, light as in well lit, maybe to concoct a couple of syringes of something that's going to just paralyze these 2 guys that she can kind of just either herself or get someone to sneak up on and just jab and stab.
Not permanently.
into the rigs. Not permanently. Just
Just
something
want to clarify that.
just something
like-
enough to like push them over the edge, and then
A good hour of sleepy times, you know.
yeah, and then also her alchemical kit, which will create smoke bombs.
Should we start having this conversation about this
Yeah, can
on
we,
the
like-
walkway
Okay.
there?
Yeah,
You do need to start.
Where are you heading?
heading to
Just
Sam's
stop.
location.
Yeah, to the
Yeah,
address.
Heading straight to Sam's location.
523.
Sneaky like.
Easy alleys if we
523
can.
number 7 Street, Dusk Docks. That's what we're going.
32 Wallaby Way, Sydney.
Hey, I remembered it. I'm very sure.
Just keep stabbing. Just keep
326.
stabbing.
What do? We step.
You start
Can we-
making your way through the streets.
I was going to say, can we do easy streets if we can? Like,
We'll kind of double back on Sybil's street kid truth to allow you
Yeah,
to
yeah.
navigate the way quite quietly. It's late at night, and as I said, you know the routes that are being roughly patrolled because Juliana can tell you where they are.
Oh, thank God.
So you avoid them and start making your way there slowly but steadily. Again, Cecily, make me again another reason medicine check. This is going to be a higher difficulty, as this is just something that could pop into your mind as you're traveling.
Okay.
There's 5 momentum.
It's going to be difficulty 4.
Difficulty 4. Would you say reason medicine?
Reason medicine and pharmacology will help.
Could I get one more dice, please?
Yeah, it's more than doable.
Well, yeah, sorry, maths.
I don't like it either.
3 successes. No crits.
Unfortunately, it just
Yeah.
doesn't. The thought kind of lingers in the back of your head, but it doesn't solidify. You do still have the opportunity to spend void points to re-roll dice if you would like to continue down that mental process.
Yes, I think I would. It seems like that would be a very good idea. Right. Let's use you. Another success.
Wonderful.
Just
As
15, not 16.
As you're traveling, you just kind of mull over ways of potentially disabling the wardens. And a single thought pops into your mind that if they're already injecting themselves with a controlled dose to stop them overdosing or adding too much to their system, all they really need is more of the same thing. That doesn't necessarily have to come from their machine. If you could find a way of dosing them externally with the same drug, or any other drug really, it would cause the same process.
Okay.
So you don't really need to create any form of device that will mess with the rig itself or the delivery system. You just need to get more alchemy in them.
Easy.
Nice.
So we're just gonna run up to them with a syringe and whack it in.
Assassin's Creed this shit.
Go and find the
Hidden
dial.
syringe. Hidden syringe.
cool.
Keep in mind the only other alchemy you're carrying on you is black blood.
I do not want to do
fuck.
that. But I do
Don't
have my
make-
kit bag.
You do have
Don't
a
make
kit
them
bag.
werewolves. Don't make them
Because I cleared
werewolves.
out the alchemists.
You did.
I basically took all I could get out of the alchemists. So yeah, I do have my kit bag on me to make stuff. So
You continue on your way, cutting your way through the streets as quietly and cleanly as you can. As you travel, Jules, Lottie just kind of sidles up next to you as you're walking. Where are you going after this?
You know what? I don't know. I really don't.
I need to stay with them, she says, and kind of gestures ahead at Kurt and the others.
I know.
They're injured, they're young. As much as I'd like to.
Are you asking me something?
There's a place for you here if you want it. With me.
Jules, for the first time, will suddenly get bright red and so embarrassed. First time Jules has ever been seen showing any other emotion other than happiness and a little bit of flirt. We'll look down and kind of kick the floor and we'll say, I'd love that. I really would. But I can't let the kid.
I know.
However, what I could do, if you're able to wait, is if I could lead the kid to the boat, I'll join you.
I'd like that. I would. Which kind of just reaches out and tries to take your hand in hers.
I'll squeeze it as hard as possible. And Jules is a tough lass, so...
Yeah. Break her firing hand.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, I'm guessing hers is
We might
pretty
need that
calloused
black
as
blood a
well,
bit
so it's
early.
like...
It's pretty calloused, but she's not overly strong.
Oh.
She's kind of quite athletically built, but nothing to the realms of kind of like actual strength training. You continue. You become dimly aware, just the rest of you, that both Lottie and Jules have kind of just moved to the back of the pack and are walking very closely with one another. Kurt chuckles to himself as he just kind of hobbles past using his walking stick.
Can I slightly tap the walking stick? Just not so he falls over, just so it's like, oh.
If you knock it slightly, I will fucking stab you.
Just saying, if
I'm gonna go. You're gonna have to catch me first, hun, and wink at him.
Just saying, if I can hear that, I literally sound
she's
like
good.
that's where I am going. You know, he's not kidding. He will. I'm pretty sure he can catch you. Don't get on his bad side.
He kind of glances at Edlynnne. He glances at Edlynnne and then back at you and goes, and even if I can't. I do carry a gun.
What is a gun but stabbing with extra velocity?
And he just kind of gives you a light tap, kind of slap on the shoulder and keeps going. Yes.
Cecily.
Yes.
I'm gonna say this sort of just hush between us two.
Sorry. Yes.
I see you've got plans, but you're thinking brains on, and I'm sure it's involving that black blood. What kind of dosage? Are they pretty large dosages, or are they?
It's about one for. I'd say one each. I'd say it's one person per dose.
Oh, I was thinking I've been meaning to bring this up with you because you're the medical professional amongst this lot. We've got 2 people back there with pretty life-changing injuries, and I mean that stuff practically brought a man back from the dead.
Yes.
Do you think it could fix them, Kurt and Lottie?
I mean, I stick. Like, Kurt will be fine with time with his injuries. Do you mean Eli, the one that had his throat?
Yeah, I mean any of them, either any 2 of them. We owe them.
I know.
They've done.
But you saw what it did to Alistair. That is my trouble. That these guys are scarred now, but they're alive. I just don't
Like a-
want to turn them into monsters that will go
Like a
chasing after other humans for blood.
But that was a big fucking dosage you gave. Maybe just like a small dose would fucking,
I
or
don't
like
know.
or like
Ben, because the instructions came with it, and I took those instructions. Would a small dose of black blood after Cecily's read the instructions, would that just help rejuvenate people? Would it get rid of like Lottie's and Eli's and Kurt's scarring?
It wouldn't have the same regenerative effect. It would essentially act as a very low dose of adrenaline. It would give someone a definitive kick in the pants, as it were, but it wouldn't fix limbs or literally bring back the dead.
Cool. And also in the instructions, if I gave a live person, not an on death's door person, a full dose of black blood, what would happen to them?
The description basically goes over the fact that it would give them a huge, again, adrenaline surge, give them a temporary boost in strength, endurance, agility, as well as open their senses. It's described loosely as a transformative effect.
Okay. That's cool. Okay. In which case, I will relay this to Jack and just apologise that the black blood is not quite what he's looking here for. I can't restore anybody back to their normal, non-scarred self, sadly. For Lottie's case, I'm not a miracle worker. I can heal wounds, but I can't.
Right, that isn't, sorry, just to state, it would have a regenerative effect on the living as well. Sorry.
Oh, okay, it would,
Yeah.
but part of me I think that after seeing what happened to Alistair, I think from Cecily's point of view, the cons definitely outweigh the pros. She thinks that people would live a better life with physical scars but be alive rather than be completely regenerated and have to deal with the side effects of black blood after what Alistair did to Eddie.
Alright. Well, I'll leave it to your medical opinion, but I know we caused that as much as we go. It was Isaac.
I mean, I can always offer
We
it
caused
to them.
that.
I can, or what I can do is I can always just go up to Lottie and ask her what she thinks and tell her all the facts involved with black blood and my experience of it, and if she accepts, then I can administer it, and if she declines, then we go from there.
I'd appreciate that.
Okay. Cool. In which case, I might just sidle up to Lottie, just go over everything that we've just done.
Alright, so here's the deal.
And ask her if she wants to have this regenerative that will, get rid of her scars and obviously make her hyper alert for everything that's about to happen, but could potentially turn her into a bloodthirsty monster.
You come over and talk to her, catching her, off to the side. As you approach, Jules, do you stay and listen, or kind of make yourself scarce and just see what else is happening as you kind of continue through the streets?
I'll kind of take a step back and let them chat and just be behind them. I'll eavesdrop, but I won't. But I won't input.
She kind of listens very intently to what you're saying as you travel just down, start to break your way into sorry, excuse me, my entire throat deciding it didn't want to work anymore. Making your way into the dusk docks. You pass through a large lit street and quickly dart across, and she listens very intently as you talk. And come the end of it, as you mention fixing her scars, you kind of catch her eyes just twist to the side slightly, and she glances over at Jules just for half a moment. It could make me look normal again.
Yeah, I believe that it has those properties, but my main concern is what I was talking about with the... And if for some reason you turn and Jules is the closest thing to you and you get the urge to drink her blood and you take a huge bite out of her neck, that's my concern. But if you want to look normal again and you think you can control it,
You. I would give anything to not look how I do. Beneath this, she kind of thumbs at the heavy iron mask and the scarring that you can see that just runs from her neck, and you get the indication across her entire body. It's like, I feel nothing but pain.
Okay.
I would take the risk.
Okay.
And should I turn, I would ask you... You do what needs to be done.
Okay. I can do that. I'm sure I can make knockout juice. All right. Are we doing this
not
in the
knockout.
mid?
Not knockout.
Oh, I'd have to kill her.
It's a bit more permanent, yeah.
Yeah. Well, if we need to, we can. Yes. Do that. Well, I feel like I've given her all the like a good doctor would do. I've given her all the information, all the options. So if she wants it, let's go for it. Does she want to talk with Jules about this first? So.
Please sign here.
Yeah.
You've read off the side effects.
Yeah. May cause.
They've signed the consent form.
Okay, are we doing this
By the
now
way,
in the
though,
middle of the street, or does
flakes.
Lottie want to wait until after?
I think we should wait until you've saved your child.
Yeah, cool. We will hold off.
I do like the idea that you have like this conversation with Jack, and then Jack just kind of sees you walk forward, and then just inject a person in the middle of the street.
Just like, okay.
Oh my god! I didn't know it was now. Whoa.
You said you talked to her.
Whoa,
Imagine just walking down the street like this.
I mean, I thought that's what Cecily would be doing with the thing she's going to be injecting into the wardens. Like, right, I need to make this on the fly. Okay, smoke bombs now.
Yeah.
Right.
I imagine Jack's just holding a bunch of bottles. He's like,
His
which one?
walking table, just kind of like a scalpel.
Jack, if you could just hold this while I mix this one over here.
Okay. What does this do?
You pass through the dusk docks and get within about a 10-minute walk of where you need to be. You spend a couple of minutes trying to find a location before Max kind of drags you off down an alleyway towards just kind of the courtyard of a series of houses. And just on the far end of it, there is a rather well-lit stable with a couple of horses resting inside, but there are gas lanterns not lit but next to it. He grabs a couple of those, lights them up, and you head inside. Heading deep enough within the stable to make sure that light isn't escaping out onto the street, giving yourself a fairly well-lit environment to work for a short period of time. It is currently about coming up to 2 bells.
Okay.
We gotta
We gotta speed up.
chop.
Edlynnne's like literally just pacing, like mumbling to herself and wishing, kind of doing like prayer after prayer, just making sure that she's like calm and making sure that she works.
Just in
Also,
case.
she has no weapon, so her hands like constantly going like that because she's got nothing to grab at. Very much like a withdrawal or something. She's just like.
That's cool. I might just. Can we just make Edlynnne hold a lantern? Just got something down.
Maybe don't know. She's happy just doing that. It's making her calm.
Look at it. Horses are Vicky. Okay, so I need to make at least 2 syringes, but I'm tempted to make 4 just in case
So
someone's
every
dropped something.
alchemical device you are going to make, I'm going to eat half an hour of your time.
Ooh, okay.
That means we'll be
If you
arriving
are-
as fucking.
For
Okay.
Right.
every point of momentum you spend after succeeding, we will cut 5 minutes off of the creation time of each hit.
Okay.
Fucking hell.
Right, so let's start off by making 2 syringes. Okay, what time is it? 2, and that leads up to 3 o'clock, won't it?
Yeah, so we'll have an hour at least before
Yeah. What about smoke
doodads
bombs?
expect. That'll
Smoke
be
bombs.
another half
I will
hour.
allow you to make 3 smoke bombs per test.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
Right, well, let's start off with 2 syringes. If I could have that test, please.
Is there anything particularly you want these to be able to do, or are you just fairly just in fuck 'em up territory.
Incapacitate but not kill.
Okay. In which case, I'm going to ask you for still not ideal conditions, but you have a better area. You have your toolkit. You have light. I'm going to make this difficulty 3.
Okay, and that is a reason or coordination.
Yep.
Medicine with pharmacology. Difficulty test of 3.
Yep.
If anyone has medicine, they can assist.
I have 1 in medicine.
I don't know why. I just like the idea.
That's just rolling
that
1 dice
like,
for assist.
that'll correct.
I don't, so I'm just going to keep pacing.
Well,
What's
I
our
don't,
momentum?
don't pass.
There is 4 momentum.
Can I get 2 more dice, please?
No.
No? Okay.
No, you're not allowed it.
Can I have 1 more dice, please?
You could have 2.
Thank you. Right. 4
Actually,
dice
it's
for a
called a
difficulty 3 test, 16 to beat.
If you are going to spend void to set a dice to a 1, now would be the time to do it.
No, I'm gonna.
Okay.
I like it.
I like the confidence.
Yeah.
Okay, I've got 1 crit and 3
Cool.
successes.
Wonderful.
My bones were wrong.
So that's
bones
5
felt bad.
successes, first and foremost. So you gain 2 momentum.
And I make
Oh,
some
yeah.
amazing syringes.
You make a single syringe, first and foremost, that will happily not get anyone out that you inject it directly into. It will be we will say a brawn resilience check of 4 to resist it.
Okay, cool. So now I need to make another syringe. And with that momentum...
So that's half an hour of time.
It's half an hour of time. But there are 2 wardens, 2 syringes, right? Are you guys happy for me to make another one? And then we've got an hour left.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll take.
Yeah,
We'll
well,
completely
I mean,
fuck up
Edlynn's
the
very
big boys.
jumpy.
That's okay.
Like, she's very much trying to get out the door.
That's fine. I can give Eddie a syringe to stick into a warden if she needs something to stab into someone. I
No,
assumed...
she's trying not to be violent in this. She's just very much wanting to get her kid.
Cecily is assuming she's not going into the building, by the way.
Would you like another? We've got 3 momentum, so you can buy another 2 dice.
I was going to buy another 2 dice. I've already got them in my hand.
Okay, yeah. See,
Okay.
see, I know you. I know you. I know your thoughts. I know
Right,
what you're going to. I know your every move.
Okay, all 4 at once. Say 2 crits and 2 successes. Yes.
Perfect.
Another 2 momentum.
You'd still need a difficulty of 3.
Ah,
So, yeah.
So 2 crits and 2 successes, right?
So
Yeah, so that's...
Yeah, I was going to say you still
Three
need a
momentum.
difficulty of 3, and I'm like, I'm
Yeah.
pretty certain that I
Yeah.
passed with
No,
that.
yeah, I mean 3 momentum, yeah.
yeah. Cool.
You
You
got all
spend-
those successes, but no.
Not enough.
You
10.
need a difficulty
Um,
7.
You spend the hour making the 2 syringes. You end up with... They're not the cleanest things you've ever done. You hopefully won't give anyone tetanus by injecting them.
It's like they're going into the enemy. I don't care.
Yeah, you dunked them in the whiskey you had access to.
They should have had. They had their jabs, right?
Yeah, it'd
If
be
they
fine.
don't, they're going to have it now.
Learn the hard way. Oh god.
You spend your time doing that, and whilst you are, Juliana grabs Sybil, or at least gestures to him. You light on your feet? Are you light on your feet?
I mean, we've made it this far.
And I've tracked you every step of the way, so that's not really helping the question.
Well, have you tracked me, or have you tracked... Okay, yes, I think... I mean... Yes? Let's go with yes.
Good.
Sybil's just kind of, as he's looking around, trying to find all the different places that he could prove this, but can't find anywhere.
Right, come with me. We'll go and check the house, see if we can at least pick up if there's anyone waiting outside, if there's any watchmen, anything along those lines.
Sounds like a plan.
Can you make me a Coordination stealth check, please.
A coordination stealth check. I'd love to. I'm just going to get my written down character sheet. This is one hell of a session. Okay, coordination stealth. Here we go.
No tech like low tech.
Would camouflage come in?
Yes.
It would. Okay, good to know. It's 14. Here we go.
Getting all solid snake up in here.
Where's the nearest box?
Sam Fisher.
That's 2 successes.
2 successes, brilliant. Both you and Juliana make your way away from the group, briefly disappearing off into the night and heading your way to the safe house. You lurk in alleyways until eventually you bring the building into your line of sight. It's a relatively modern, relatively modestly sized 2-story house. Sat just in a street of similarly built, if not completely identical homes. It isn't apart from any others. They're terraced, and it sits directly in the center of one of them. From your position, you make out lights inside on both floors, as well as the movements of someone on the lower floor window. A person who distinctly dresses as if they're a civilian, but you can see the rifle on their back. Normally, that would be all you'd track, but considering it's 2, nearly 3 in the morning at this point, there are people sat outside. There are 2 plain-clothed people just kind of resting in alleyways in kind of alleyways up and down the street. One, you literally have to take a different vantage point to what you were originally going for, as he was waiting. Whilst you sit and wait, you see a man with a small horse and cart go up and down that road 4 times. 2 more people just sat in the back of the cart. You glance around, you even sit on the balcony of a couple of buildings, 3, maybe 4 more plain-clothed men and women, all of them carefully watching the safe house.
Right, definitely being watched.
Juliana just nods in agreement. More than likely.
Easy.
No, it won't be. Protectorate, if anything, so they'll move at the first sign of trouble.
I doubt there's going to be any angles this house isn't being watched.
I'd be surprised and, if anything, somewhat disappointed if it was.
Nothing that leads up below? Maybe basements or sewers, I don't know.
There'll be a basement, and is a safe house. There'll probably be an escape route, but I couldn't tell you where it would come out.
Definitely. But if we can get in, then it might be our way out.
More than likely.
Okay. So I'm just going to count up everyone that I can see outside watching from my angle. Try and figure out exactly how many people are outside watching.
Do me an insight observation check, difficulty 1.
I would love to. Would instinct help? I should always ask.
Yes.
Okay. Lovely, lovely. And that's 2 successes.
Wonderful. You generate a momentum, and you work out over the space of about 5 minutes. There's probably about 9 of them.
Okay. What about the other houses alongside? Do you think there's any way to get in from maybe the next door neighbors or from the roof, something like that? Or is everything being watched down the chimney? I don't know.
Well, you could go through a wall, probably be it.
Not the subtlest.
No, but from what I can tell, that doesn't tend to be the way your people roll.
No, but we're trying new things. Remember, like I promised change. I'm gonna let's help me out here. Okay, so we can't go in from the front. It's being watched. We can't go in from the back. Presumably, it's also being watched. Can't go through the walls because it's too loud. Can't go in from underneath. I'm running out of directions, Juliana.
I never said it was going to be simple or easy.
What about shift swaps? Is there going to be any in the next? No.
Yes. When the warden and Trey, my brother, arrive.
Yeah.
In roughly an hour.
Yeah, let's head back to the group. We unless you want to spot anything else.
Nothing that comes to mind.
We need everyone on this. This isn't going to be easy.
You double back and return to the group at roughly the same time Cecily finishes up, having her brand new 2 syringes kind of clasped in hand.
That looks terrifying.
That'll work.
Just,
I mean, it's terrifying that's definitely going to work.
I mean, out of character. I really like the idea of just battering ram through a wall.
I was going to mention the fact that we had a battering.
I exist. I exist to run at things, and most of the time, go
Ram,
through.
but I thought it was probably in poor taste. I'm trying to turn things fairly bad. We try not to be, at least.
I was going to say, could we just shoot a flare, like near but not so near, just to get all the protectorates out running and use that as a distraction?
I feel like they're. I mean, it might work, but I feel like if you're holding the thing that fucking Canehurst has told you to keep safe, you're just sort of gonna go, maybe we'll let other people deal with it?
Who knows?
That's just me.
It'll definitely get rid of the protectorates.
It'll definitely.
I don't know
Get
about the
some
wardens
people
and the others, but it would
Oh no, the
definitely do that.
warden's definitely not. Actually,
How will
we
we
have an
get our-
expert on the matter with us. Juliana, what do you think?
Of setting off a second flare.
Yeah.
Or a first just in a different area.
It would cause confusion.
Would it help us?
Would it send people running toward specifically at this?
Perhaps.
Right.
Right, my cat's just decided to come in and meowing.
That's a very beautiful
Dun,
meow.
dun, dun.
What do you think we should do?
Kill them all.
No.
What are your thoughts, Pickle?
Pickles. Oh.
Aww.
Mighty
Oh.
Pickle.
That is
Hello,
Chonga's cat.
Pickle.
What's that? I should kill them all. But who would clean up the mess?
The thing is, you think he's joking about that, but Pickle actually does kill anybody she sees.
Yeah,
Pickle
Pickle
is
not even
is
kidding.
the mess.
Pickle
Now we know where
requires a
where
regular
Ben
blood
gets all of his
sacrifice to
eldritch
keep in
horror
control.
ideas.
That's why I'm
cat
always
just
with it.
whispers them to him.
Is that where James has gone this whole time?
I mean, she is a heckin' jonker.
He is a heckin' jonker.
Indeed.
Anyway,
That's not
Before we get
even a
distracted
meme.
by
That
my
is a
cat.
clinical diagnosis.
Before we get distracted by my cat, yes, Juliana kind of you would cause confusion. It tends to be flare guns are used mostly by the wardens anyway, whereas they may send people to go and investigate it. I don't think the wardens themselves would leave.
With the
Even if
protectorates.
it's yeah.
They may.
Right. Okay.
It's a high possibility.
Okay. Well, I just realised the one issue with that. We don't have a flare gun unless somebody
Yeah.
surprises me.
Well, if we get no, we don't.
Unless somebody really.
But
What's the
if we
plan then?
need that later in a distraction, you can use that.
Okay, fair.
Are we just
I
gonna
like it.
kick in the front door, stab a couple of guys
I'd really like to
with
like.
some syringes, ransack the house, grab
Yeah,
some-
let's skip the stabbing bit, and
The
ideally the
syringes.
ransacking bit. But
Are we just? We might just have to sort of smash and grab. I mean, we don't have we don't have any smoke bombs, do we, to mask anything?
Nope. Yeah, to me this seems like a scratch and grab. Yeah, a scratch and grab.
We,
Well, I mean-
we're not good enough
Like
at
to-
being subtle. We'll play to our strengths, which is
Would like to
unfortunately.
point out that
rar.
if needed, I can, manipulate metals to some degree, so that could help if needed. Like, if we really need it, if there's metal there, I could be like, haha, no, like block or something. I don't know.
Oh, that's new.
If we
That's-
could run
You've
in
seen
there,
me do it with the sword.
if we could run in there and we metal bend the door closed, could we break the kid out and then use the escape way?
So we just run in, lock the door,
Yeah,
And
basically
pretty
lock
much get the house
ourselves in
to
there
ourselves.
and then go up
use
the
our
secret.
escape. Yeah,
Their
okay,
escape
okay.
Yep, sounds fine with me.
I'll stand by that plan.
But we don't know where the escape room is.
No.
That's also true, but we'll have a whole house to search.
True.
Mhm.
I mean, how
Juliana asks us the
if
obvious
you
state.
were-
Sorry, go on.
Juliana, if you were putting an escape room in a building of that size, where would you put it? You're the expert.
Basement. Behind something
Basement.
heavy in the basement.
Okay.
Well, don't worry about anything heavy. I'll have that sorted.
Cool.
Speaking of this building, is it just like
This is where I'm good. It was like 20,
meant to just look like a townhouse, like blend in?
It will be a
Okay.
townhouse.
This is
It will be laid
townhouse,
out
so we took-
inside exactly as any other.
Does it have a front door, back door kind of vibe?
So
Two
it'll
stories.
be two
Two
stories.
stories. Hey, that narrows everything down nicely.
2 stories. It'll probably be broken down into having a small entrance room that leads to a stairwell, possibly a living space, a kitchen, possibly if they're. She kind of glances around the dusk docks itself, which is a little bit grotty and a bit broken down. Maybe an internal bathroom, maybe not. Which it is a big decider because second best place to hide an escape route would be an outhouse.
Okay. Did
Second
you guys
store.
see an outhouse? No. Did you
Not
guys see an
from where
outhouse?
we approached.
Okay.
The second floor will probably be broken up, dependent on how many bedrooms it has. It's 2-story, townhouse, so probably 2. A corridor and 2 bedrooms.
Okay, so thankfully that's not.
It'll be a small contained building.
Okay, that's fine. We can
manage that.
so, as I'm understanding, smoke bombs. Smoke the front entrance. Run in. Lock the door. That'll give us a nice bracket to figure out where they're holding Sam. We'll
Metal
Graham?
bend the gate door because we won't need the key,
yes.
so we can just metal bend the door to open.
I mean that'll fuck up the lock entirely, so they'll have to
Yeah.
break down the door.
So we then
I
we
mean,
can pick up
I
the
don't know
kid.
how many times I can do it, so let's
Well,
keep my not
at
bending
least
to the
we
one-time
can-
thing.
Well-
Let's start with one-time thing, which is the door to get to the kid,
Mm-hmm.
and then we
Okay.
can use like tables and chairs to block up the front door.
Okay. Oh, we
Um,
lost Billy.
Oh, Billy's dead.
Really?
Return to us, Subil, please.
And then I guess the other half can go
worked.
search in the basement to go look for the escape room, and then we just go.
Yeah. Who wants to handle the syringes and the beefy boys?
I reckon someone who's got a bit of brawn is going to need to stab these guys because they would probably just like flick Cecily into a wall with one move in their hand.
All right, Jules.
I can give it a go.
Cool.
Let's go.
To both syringes to Jules?
I'll take one if you want.
Yep.
Yeah, you take one, I'll take one.
Yeah.
If I've got, if I end up channeling, I don't know if that's gonna go well because
If you're carrying it on your person, it would. If you went
Yeah.
full muscle, it would probably destroy it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I can always look after it and then chuck it to you.
Yeah.
Tell you what, if you hang on to it and I'll just absorb blows, I'll
Okay.
just sponge attacks.
Good
and
idea.
Then, yeah. Okay.
Oh.
It could be my meat shield.
Yeah. Hit me.
I'll
Okay.
bring up the rear. Think.
Kurt then just kind of voices in for a moment. Out of interest, we're going to be no help to you in there.
That's. We won't blame you if
Fairly.
you decide.
We are gonna need your help with observation, meeting us at the docks to make sure the boat's going, and basically being a runner from this moment here to the docks, so that we can keep conversations between us as much as we can open.
You say runner, and he just gestures with his walking stick.
Well, not you specifically. We'll need an observation. Come on, Kurt.
And which boat are you taking? Are you taking the one we've arranged for you or hers? He says, gesturing at Juliana.
Well, it's going to be quicker taking your boat to her boat, if that makes in my head at least.
Because Kurt's boat's in dust stops and Juliana's at dawn.
Correct.
Exactly. So we'll
we can do
take
that.
your boat to their boat, and then
That's a good idea.
And Juliana, at this point, what do you do if they do get the flares off?
well, we
Pick up the pace.
we do it faster. Yeah.
Yep.
It's on the wardens, and as far as we understand, they're inside already. So
They
if-
just we got to keep the wardens inside.
we just got to keep them inside. Yeah.
Mhm.
It's a plan. Okay. Well, if you plan on trying to... Are you going with the flare plan? Are you going to try and pull some of the protectorate away first? Or...
Well, we don't have a flare gun, so that's not gonna.
Well, it's not a flare gun, but she pulls her pistol. And this is the first time you've ever really seen her gun. It's quite heavy. Triple-barreled.
Fucking hell.
It's loaded with phosphorus. It's more as a tracer for other people's shots, but it's notable. It's loud.
You've already risked.
So why don't you risk some more?
I was
So
going to
as you're
say if
leaving,
you
could
wanted
you just
to,
give up? That'd be
if
great.
you wanted to cut and run, I wouldn't fucking blame you at this point. But I mean, fuck it, we're already in your debt. What's a little more?
If it's going to help you get the boy, then it's acceptable. Just don't disappoint me.
We shall do our best.
In which case, she kind of turns to Kurt and the others. If you're heading for your boat in the dusk docks, I'll go to the dawn docks and secure mine. I'll take a shot before I head that way. Maybe plant a couple more on the way and reroute myself. Keep people moving in my direction if I can. It may do something, and that'll give you at least the freedom, she says, glancing the rest of you, to make your moves. I do have one request beyond the one I already given you, I suppose. If my brother arrives, don't fight him, just run. You're very muted, Holly.
Oh, that's so rude. So rude. I said I wasn't planning to, but apparently my audio quality is like, no, you don't get to speak anymore, Holly.
You will fight him, says your
No.
audio.
My audio wants me to fight him, so
The audio is ready for a scrap.
audio wants me to die.
Oh boy.
He's the only family I have left, and despite our differing opinions, I'd rather that it not turn bloody. For either side, obviously. He's already taken one of you, and there's, well, more than one at this point.
Yeah.
If it helps, I can tell you at least it's all he knows. He's as damaged as anyone else.
Yeah, well. This country doesn't exactly make kind people on the regular.
It wasn't Chalice that made him who he is, it was Karnika. Did you know the Inquisition doesn't take children with parents? Anyway, that's another day. Right. Well, in that case, good luck.
Do you want to make that smoke bomb before we make any loud noises?
Yeah. What difficulty?
Smoke bomb could be easier. Be difficulty 2 for that one. But again, still half an hour.
Yeah. How much momentum do we have?
Yeah, 4.
Can I buy one more dice?
You may.
And again, the character sheet. Coordination, medicine / pharmacology, or coordination, combat engineering, explosives.
Either or, I'll say.
Okay, I'm going to go for the one which
I'll tell you what, it'll be difficulty 3 with pharmacology, 2 with explosives.
So explosives.
Just do it maths.
Yeah, I'm doing math. Sorry, yeah, I'm gonna go difficulty 2 with explosives, but still with my extra dice. One success. Yes. Whoa, the full of Nat 1, baby! And another crit.
Yay!
Lovely.
Beautiful.
So you generate all the momentum you could ever need.
Hey, 6 momentum, baby!
Oh!
And as I said, that does cost you half an hour and bring you to roughly half an hour before reinforcements are meant to arrive.
You know what? That's fine.
So
Wait,
if
doesn't it
you
go
want-
down because of...
If for every momentum you spend, you top 5 minutes off. So now would be a good opportunity to burn through some of that 6.
Shall we bring it back down to 3 and get another 15 minutes on the clock?
Yeah, fine by me.
Yep.
Okay.
So
In which
45
case-
minutes till reinforcements arrive.
It's loads of time, right?
Yeah, plenty. Kick down the door, raid a tiny house, get out with a
Exactly.
child.
I'm just imagining Cecily's working. Everybody's like, faster, faster.
I don't know, Edlynn's very much one foot out the door at this point. Like, she's been on edge since they got there. Like,
Also, during this...
Obviously, like the hours they spent doing stuff, she's just been like more and more like literally like you can just tell that she's very nervous and she wants to kind of get out there and just get it done.
Oh, bye, Billy.
Oh,
Gone again.
God. Billy, return to us. Now.
And that's not going
It's
to
never
work.
going to happen.
Please? Don't leave me hanging here.
Cool.
Come on, man.
I'll hold for a moment.
No.
Hey!
Oh, there he is.
Ah!
Oh,
This has been...
Right. Well, with that said, you throw together your smoke bombs and the group separates out into 3. Juliana preparing to take off one road, both, and Lottie, Kurt, Max, and Eli preparing to head off to their boat. The rest of you kind of gather together, and you stand just separated out. Well, Juliana starts. Best of luck. And the Master light your way. Kurt concurrently offers, yeah, don't get yourself fucking shot. I worked far too hard to sneak on that ship just to allow you to die in a fucking house.
That too.
Oh, yeah.
But I mean, if I die, I can come back. It's fine.
Oh, yeah, you
all
get
right for
free.
you.
Well,
Yeah, you get
I mean, I
free
wouldn't
party
recommend
shit.
it. It's kind of terrifying, but like, I would rather it be me who gets shot and killed than you guys.
Well, you know, we don't get up afterwards.
Yeah.
Lottie kind of chimes in. I don't like how quickly you've all accommodated the idea that she can get shot and get back up. It's odd.
We haven't had time to
We're
process
off.
it. I'm not.
mean,
I'm not used to
We've
it.
got an
I'm just...
interdimensional hand monster following us around.
This is
People
Tuesday
getting
for us.
back up after getting shot.
We're gonna-
It's not
we're
the
gonna get
weirdest
Sam.
thing.
Not the
We're
strangest
gonna
thing
get
we've seen,
Sam,
no.
and then
Oh,
I'm gonna deal
God,
with it.
we're
I'm
freaks.
just-
Taking you this long to realise, Jago? Jack?
Jack, now is not the time to break down. Wait until we get Sam, and then we can,
That's fine. Save
Talk
that for
about all our-
afterwards.
Break it
Yeah.
down.
then we can have our talk about all our weird things. Right now, we have a focus.
Oh,
Save
how
Sam.
we all
We are
got
having
plenty
a
of.
long talk after this.
All right, go. Let's go.
Yeah, we
Yeah.
do need a long talk after this.
Agreed.
That
Long
you,
talk.
you begin to separate out. Lottie offers one last look to Jules and just kind of takes you to one side briefly before you disappear. Don't go and get lost now. I've just found you.
Oh.
I'll kiss her on the cheek. Finders keepers.
Oh, shit.
She kind of,
Oh,
her piercing blue eyes just kind of match with yours for a moment. You see, even through the scars, the flicker of a smile start to appear. And as you kind of look into one another's eyes, you hear just from behind her, "Would you stop playing grab ass and fucking move?"
yeah, cut.
And she just grabs you for a very brief but intense hug, and goes with the others. You watch as she disappears off down an alleyway into the night with the other, with Kurt, Eli, and Max. Juliana just grabs again, kind of gestures towards Subil. Prove me right, Subil, please. For
I'll
both
do
of
what I
our
can.
sakes.
You know that I'll do what I can.
I do. I'll see you on the ferry.
See you soon. Wish us luck.
Always. And she goes off in the other direction, allowing the rest of you. Sorry, go on.
Sorry, I was just expecting wish us luck. No.
Yeah, I was kind
I
of
expect
surprised
you all to fail.
Yeah.
You separate and start making your way towards the townhouse, cutting through alleyways as Subil leads the way. You get to the point where you kind of just bring the townhouse into line of sight. You see the street, you see the people quietly moving along it, pretending their best to not very clearly be undercover protectorate. The cool of the night holds, the silence of it envelops everything before a very loud gunshot snaps through the air. You glance off to where you hear the sound come from, and you see a single tracer round fly up into the air, a brightly lit bullet, followed by this long streak of red that just hits the air and starts to dissipate the further it travels. There's a kind of noise of concern that runs across the guards there. When another shot goes off a few seconds later, a window on the second floor opens, and you see a black-clad, in this kind of black suit with gold trim, man lean out, his head completely shaved bald, and this small mechanical device poking out of his clothes, punched into the back of his neck, where you can see a small vial hanging from an injector port. He kind of glances out, back down to the others. Get out there, see what's going on. And there is a rush of movement as several of the Protectorate start to move, following off and heading down the street. You watch the area clear out, however briefly. As you do, you see the window then gets shut once again as the man pulls himself back in. The lower window where you can see someone kind of moving in the shadow, moving in the bright light, they lean out and shutter their window as well. You hear a couple of raised voices inside, and then nothing. You steel yourselves. Check over your syringes once more. Click your knuckles. Check your smoke bombs. Prepare. And as you begin to move, this is where we will end for this week.
Ooh.
Very good.
Oh my
Heist,
god.
baby!
Yeah,
We're
boy.
heisting!
Halloween heist. So,
Hey.
unfortunately,
It's
next
Saturday.
week we will be down a max, and it would be remiss of me to deprive him of the opportunity for what is to come. So we will also be taking a break next week and return the following week to see just how the jailbreak goes.
We heisting.
It's gonna
So
be
please,
very fun.
be sure to join us again next time, where you will once again see us trouble through whatever may come. But if you don't want trouble, if you never want to see your dice fail again, well, we have just the sponsors for you.
Yeah. Nice.
segue.
Very good segue.
Do
I
we
tried.
just?
Jago, please prepare
Oh.
thyself.
Oh, here we
move-
go. Hang on.
As we move
Jeez.
towards our wonderful sponsors for the evening, and you will see all of their gift codes and discount codes in the chat, so keep an eye there. But first and foremost, we are heading over to Norse Foundry. Jago,
Oh,
please.
Norse Foundry. I like this one. He's a big boy. Have you ever thought your tables don't have enough dents in them? Well, look no further than this heckin' chonk right here,
That is
much
an
like the
awful-
cat.
The size of
He's a big
One
boy.
would
Let's
ponder
just
that
put that
thing.
in comparison. Let's just put that into comparison right there.
that
That's
is
an
a chunker.
average.
Are you saying
That
size
is-
matters?
Well, you can infer what you want. But let's just say this thing does me justice.
Okay. Not compensating then.
Not
no,
at all.
not at all. Not at all.
But of course, if you're looking for something that may not put a hole in your table through the sheer weight and strength of it, you could head over to Mithril Armory.
Mithril Armory. Here we go. Got a nice one here. I got another nice one here. Got another nice one here. Very nice
Ooh, I
stuff.
like that one.
They're all
lot of
here.
Variety to Mithril Armory. You've got everything you can see there, as well as tin D20s, dash you can colour in yourself, whatever you need, really. And of course, if you're looking for something very, very delightfully handmade and with a little bit of a trick into the initiative order, this is made by our very own Taryn, you can head over to Umbral Oculus Dice.
Got one on here. It's very nice.
Ooh.
Got another
Lovely
one
colour.
here. And I got another one here. It's
I
very
didn't know you
nice.
had that much dice.
He has many dice.
Like I knew you had
So
dice,
many
but
dice.
but I didn't know you had
So
that
many
many
dice.
dice.
Have you seen
I'm
how many
insulted.
dice he actually has?
He's got a box and everything. Have you filled the
I've
second
got-
box yet?
I've got 2 boxes.
Have you filled the
Money
second
on
one out
instead
yet?
of a
I
computer.
need a 3rd one.
Oh, damn.
You look so
What are you?
offended.
Sorry. Sorry, Jago, it won't happen again.
Do better.
It's the same thing I imagine Jago's accountant says to him.
You're more right than you know.
Yeah. And of course, if you're not looking to spend your money on dice, because you do
Why
not
wouldn't
have
you
a
be?
crippling addiction like Jago, and
No.
instead need lovely things to put on
Yes.
your body, you can buy clothes. And where else would you like to buy clothes
Clothes?
than from Session Zero Clothing, where you can see all sorts of wonderful tabletop RPG inspired streetwear, D&D, any sort of dice you like, it's probably on there. Lovely, beautiful clothing, and one day one of us will own one of them. I believe Holly has an eye on a hat.
Beanies.
A beanie.
Beanies.
Yeah. It's not
if
beanies,
Jago-
it's got hats.
If Jago's the beanie goblin, I am the flannel shirt and beanie goblin. So,
Nice.
yes.
Nice.
And I wish I was joking, but I'm not. I actually do have a crippling obsession with both of them.
Well, we all have something. We all have a crippling obsession with something.
Got a big
They
dice.
they have
more,
no
like,
flannel
personalized
shirts.
merch of our stuff.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah,
To be fair,
You need to get your own.
to be fair, this isn't even my biggest dice.
Maybe it's in the works.
I can
Maybe,
pull out
who
my
knows?
bigger dice.
News to me. Right. Well, thank you very much, everyone, for watching. And before we say goodbye for the night, we will move around to say goodbye to everyone here first. Unfortunately for me, not permanently, but hey. I'll reverse it from where I started last time, and we'll start with Billy because we can't see him.
Hey, oh, you lucky people!
No, but we can see your beautiful
I am so
picture.
sorry.
We can see your picture.
One
see your picture.
wonderful picture that I trust is very appropriate that I do not know what is until
It's
after this
beautiful.
stream airs. So
Yeah.
that's going to be a fun one.
It's
As I
something.
say,
Very flattering.
I can't wait. I'm Billy, play Subil. I'll be here next session. I'm not really anywhere on the internet except usually here. And as I say every week, or I try to, I'm slowly working on a big world building project. So you should check in next time to see if I'm still the king of procrastination.
I cannot
At the
wait
moment,
until the
I'm
week
pretty
where he
17
says he's
or
got
so?
some.
Yeah.
Yeah, once
You
he
know,
says
yeah,
something.
but now
Yeah, like
I've
that
gone
whole
long
world
enough.
break.
I've gone long enough that it will truly be a surprise on everyone, including myself, when it gets done. We're
Fair enough.
surprising
Yeah.
everyone, right?
He'll
You
just
know?
wake up one day and it'll be done. And he's like, oh my god, is that?
One day I'll go, oh my god.
He will
I've
find
actually
out
done
that he
something.
lost like a week and a half of actual time in some mad world building induced blackout. But hey,
Yeah, I'll just black out. Yeah, I won't remember
Yeah,
any of it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, I should really get that world building stuff done. Goes on his computer. There's files of it already done. Where's
No. That's ignoring the crazy string, the red thread that circulates the entire room to random assortments of articles I've printed for no explicit reason.
fair. Max.
Hi, I'm Max. I play Jules. If you want to see what I'm doing, follow me on Instagram at MaxYallop.
What are you doing?
There you go. At the moment,
doing?
playing
Yeah.
D&D regularly.
Whoa.
Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Yeah.
That-
pretty cool.
Try
So
something
good.
new then. Pushing the
Yeah.
envelope.
I should be doing something with acting and singing and that kind of stuff.
Ah, yeah,
That's
whatever.
difficult, I've heard. So I'm keeping with the D&D stuff because it's a little bit more fun.
Work is
No. Yeah.
Jago.
Hello, I'm Jago. I don't have a problem, despite what these people say.
Disagreed.
He does.
Denial,
Yes.
one of the first
I have
stages.
my thing, okay?
Mhm.
Ah. Yeah.
Very aware of your thing, Jago.
Oh, how you been? No, what's been going on? All right.
Ben,
Well,
we
that's
weren't going to give
new
away the
time, not the
we weren't
time.
gonna give. We weren't going to give away the Tuesday night secrets, okay? Jeez.
Well,
Yeah,
you
you know.
being aware of my thing is something I was unaware of, and we're going to move on. That's completely thrown off my head.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, I'm Jago. Fuck it. There we go. We're done. Fuck you, Ben. You ruined it. You ruined it.
That's what I do. Lynn.
Hello, I'm Lynn. I play Cecily. I'm also known on Twitch as Pan or Pan2 for that or Pan2 for various things I stream. If you want to see me make stuff like this without the black line through the middle for whatever reason. I stream fairly regularly, except for this week. I will not be back until Monday because I am visiting family. But yes, you can also find me on Instagram, which is just at Pontoofles or why did I pick this name? But anyhow, Instagram, Twitter, if you just click on my name in Twitch chat, you can go to my page. It has all my social links there. And Xenomorph.
Yeah,
Xenomorph. The alien.
The alien.
It is the alien.
Last,
There are
by no
only
means
2
least,
alien films.
Holly.
Hi, I'm Holly. I do music. If you've tuned in from the start of this episode or the season, a season session, whatever, I don't know. I can't do words.
English.
You've listened to my music without knowing. Poor you, because no, I don't know. I don't know why I keep putting myself down when it comes to my music.
Build
I make
yourself up.
music. I'm building myself up now. I make music. I like it. If you like it, that's cool. You can find me on Instagram at Healey, where I'm slowly posting more music because I've started to play the bass again, and I'm probably going to be doing some covers soon because why not? Because I'm starting uni again soon. I'm not going to have time for original pieces of music, but covers are great.
It's all wonderful things. Right, and unfortunately, I am still Ben. You can find me anywhere and everywhere on Try Again Ben. If you like Achtung Cthulhu as a system and you like being horrified and thrown against threats that you should not be able to deal with, well, I wrote an entire adventure for Achtung Cthulhu under Operation Snowstorm. So go and have a look at that, and you can feel the same misery these unfortunate folks do because I was not nice when I wrote that.
Well, a percentage at least.
I mean, no.
You'll probably feel a percentage because your DM will go, yo, this shit fucking busted. Let's tone it down a little.
Like, they'll go easy on you. If you were playing with Ben, he would,
Unless...
We all cry ourselves to sleep at night because of the torment he puts us through.
I've been crying this entire session. You just haven't seen it.
Oh, no.
Your camera's been off there.
Don't worry.
We've heard it, at least.
I'd say it's why I look so young, because I feed off of the suffering, but I don't look young.
Yeah, I've bottled
really
the
good for the
tears
skin.
for you, Ben. It's another 50 quid per
That's why
each,
you
same as usual.
feel young.
That's why I feel young. I don't feel young, Jago.
Well, I tried
Since I was 4.
I tried to give you an out.
Man was drinking whiskey at kindergarten.
Yeah. I came out with a cigar and a look of disappointment.
He was disappointed in his parents before they were in.
Stayed true to himself.
Kid, I found something out. Santa ain't real.
Once again, we have been the cast and crew of Chalice Twilight Roads, hosted by the wonderful Initiative Order, as always. If you did want to go and have a look over some more Initiative Order merch, they do have their own store, which I'm sure is in the chat as I speak. So go and have a look. I know we will be, or at least I will be. But once again, thank you, and we'll see you in a couple of weeks. Goodbye.
Bye. Bye.